All right, and we are live. Ladies and gents, welcome to another Simple Math coverage of the top TTS game. Let these boys that we're ready to go. We have the wonderful Matt Kent versus the Rob Canadian Wonder. And prior roll to roll in. And Rob's picked up prior with 4 to... Oh, has he now? Yes, Rob's picked up prior. Picking his secures, no doubts there. And we've got Cosmic Invasion into Struggle for the Cubes. Oh no, sorry. Ugh. This bloody stream of you. Apologies, everyone. That would be Matt Kent picking up prior, of course. Oh, and looks like we're going for 17. I'll just flip a view there so everyone... Stream of view doesn't catch anyone else out. Alright, so we got Guardians into WebWarriors. Some things to note. The shared pool of crises was only one for secures and extracts. So I'm curious as to see what some decisions are with the roster building for this situation. Cosmic and Struggle on 17, so a lovely D shape for the webheads to play with. Lots of points on the board. So with that lovely F-shape extract, we got 9 points a turn essentially. Interesting to see that Rob's foregoing to use the card Mark for Death. I'm wondering if that's going to come back and bite him, just because it's such a good pick into a matchup like this with webheads. Now it is just me today. Unfortunately, it is Father's Day here in Ausland, so I wasn't able to secure a second person, so you'll just have to contend with me covering this one. Now, some notes about the players. Matt Kent is a fellow Aussie based in Melbourne. He's been playing for a little while now and making the cut and doing very, very well with his web heads with some splashes in there. And of course, Rob hailing from Canada, from Ontario. This is his first cut, but he did play in season 7 and 8. And he's rocking the Guardians with some splashes like your Malkith and your Ghost Rider. And looking at the board, we've got 2 size 4s, 2 size 3s, some 2s and 1s. So pretty standard board here. Of course, Rob gets to rotate and position himself, wondering what he'll decide to do there. Not too much terrain throws happening from either side. That is, of course, unless we see a cheeky Angela. Alright, rosters are selected. Starting with Rob and his Guardians, we've got a pretty tried and true classic. We've got our 8 core with Star-Lord, Groot, and Rocket. And we've got obviously a Gamora coming through and the Splash Ghost Rider. We've got the following up with Follow Me, Crew of the Milano to shake some of these slows and potential other conditions. Deadly Dew, of course. Deal with the Devil, no surprise there. And a nice juicy patch up to potentially help out that Ghost Rider or Gamora or even Groot. And for Matt, we've got his webheads. We've got Ghost Rider, Dr. Voodoo, Black Panther, Black Cat, and of course Miles is our leader. No surprises here either. Great selection, really strong core of 17 that we see typically in the webhead when they're playing for their for those D shapes. We've got Advanced R&D, another staple, Brace, Spider Tracker, Mission Objective, and all webbed up. Now, both without too many terrain throws. Of course, Voodoo can throw size 3, maybe 2, depending on the situation with his token. I think it's a good decision for Rob to force that size 4 into him, making it maybe a bit awkward for his deployment. But with those long movers and typically his wall crawlers, I think he'll be fine to circumvent that. Ghost Rider in the middle, hitting on that Cosmic Vault. Wondering if he's going to potentially backstop him, just in case he rolls that turn 0 Cosmic Vault to get that extra power. Miles and Gwen, power pairs on Matt's right side. Voodoo situating nice and center. Groot and Rocket deciding to go on the right. Black Cat on the left. These boys really pushing through their deployment pretty quickly, showing that they've perhaps played and practiced leading up to this game quite a bit, and they already know some pre-game ideas as to what they're going to be doing with their activations. Panther very wide on that left side. Alright, clocks are on. Moving into turn 1, of course, Matt with priority. There we are. Now, lots of points on the board is something that the webheads love to see, but cubes maybe not their favorite extract just because of the damage. They do love the power, don't get me wrong. Gwen certainly loves being powered up, and having that additional means that she can have that lifesaver or that web snare obviously online, but and we've remembered the Ghost Rider, and we've also remembered our winging it tokens. Gamora, Rocket, and Ghost Rider, pretty standard picks there. And we have Voodoo to activate first. Going for the early center pickup with Voodoo, spicy. For those who don't see Cosmic Vaults too much, nice D shape for these webheads, scoring 1 VP each. And then obviously during the start of the turn, power phase, rolling a dice, potentially getting moved short and getting some power. So plenty of power on the table to be picking up. Group picking up that lower right extract, coming in to be within 2 of Rocket. No doubt Rocket's looking at that juicy Voodoo target in the center. Interesting to see Black Cat picking up that extract. No real threat happening there for someone to challenge that one, but got Black Cat picking up and likely to position as far away. Oh, interesting. See, the thing interesting to understand with the Skewer is that if you, depending on where you place, depends on where you'll be pushed via the Cosmic Vault going off. So with Black Cat's positioning here, Rob has the potential to push her towards some of his key pieces like Groot, Rocket, and even Ghost Rider. So interested to see if how that works out. Rocket Moving up, sit on the vault. Again, being aware of that positioning. Trying his best likely to keep within 2, so I'd hate to see him get pushed unfortunately away. But yep, he's done well. Position within 5, and some first dice for the game. 5 dice within winging it. Oh, Voodoo. What a monster. Has just rolled straight hot fire. 5 out of 4. What a boss. Rob would have liked maybe a bit of damage in there. Just to help with Ghost Rise activation potentially going into the center. So Matt had the option between where Miles or Ghost Rider to pick up that cube and has gone with Ghost Spider. And then we'll see her retreating off to the center. Her being so far away, not the worst pick obviously to pick up that cube, meaning that she'll have that 2 power each turn. And likely out of harm's way. Same situation for Rob. He's got some choices. Electing for Star-Lord to be the courier for his cube. Interesting to see what he does with his Black Panther. Ghost Rider really hoping for that turn 1 to be absorbing some power from his power generating ability since with his update. His Spirit of Vengeance, but Webhead's obviously being that classic playing the mission type of roster. I don't think we're going to be seeing too much of that happening. So Ghost Rider's going to be sad with no Hell on Wheels turn 1. Matt doubling down on that far left, really strongly securing his objective. No doubt I'm sure he's hoping for some extra power perhaps next turn. Matt considering R&D here for Miles, I'm sure. The line of play being, I'm sure we'll see potentially Miles going for his flip kick, going for that extra dice, hoping for that, chasing that wild to push Star-Lord off that objective. But of course, that's being threatened by Gamora double moving onto the objective as well. So Having some issues with the lag, apparently. Rob's just letting me know that some connection issues happening on Matt's side. But we are going for the advanced R&D, it seems. All right, back onto Rob. Hopefully the lag starts to clear up a bit. Well, that truck being that size 4, Rob should have potentially moved around that, but that, I'm sure Matt's fine with that. With her long move, no doubt that she should be able to get to that point anyway. Alright, so Miles, even with burning 2 with his flip kick, will at best... Here it comes. She's only going to be able to push 1 off and then get onto the objective, so interested to see who he goes with. I think it'll be the Gamora pick, just because of her range too, and her being the more threatening piece. She is the deadliest woman in the galaxy, after all. No martial prowess, and we've hit the wild, and only blocking 1. He does have a wing it token though. May as well. What else are you going to do this turn? Taking the 1. Let us know in the chat how you're finding the stream and the video so far. Any comments? We're obviously quite new with Simple Math, just doing some coverage for the top cut. Happy to hear all feedback and some suggestions on things that we can improve. Things like camera angles and openings and just the way that we go about our structure. Even like I know I've had some comments about people wanting to see the dice being rolled and other people being they prefer the camera angle being still. So let us know what you guys prefer, and we're obviously here to try and make the viewing experience as best as possible. Alright, Matt finished all of his, and interesting to see where Ghost Rider decides to go. Being on that large base and a medium move, he's got plenty of options. Matt deciding that he values ensuring that he gets that left D, playing for the mission, not the worst decision, and setting himself up. Alright. That's round 1. That'll be 5 plays for priority to Matt. Now in this instance, Matt needs to make the decision between either activating his Voodoo or his Miles, I imagine, both being the ones in a little bit of danger. Voodoo being covered by that wonderful Ghost Rider in her Lifesaver. I think Miles might be the choice. Cubes activating, some power and some damage going out, and then we'll have some rolls for these Cosmic Vaults as well. The first vault for today goes off. To the corner he goes, but getting some extra power. Another vault going off for Miles this time. Very important that the players identify these as opportunities basically, because their positioning around these secures are going to be vital. Rob having the choice as to where to place Miles just then. Interesting to see him push him all the way back, but I think he understands that Matt's likely to activate Miles first anyway. Oh, nothing for Groot. Star-Lord receiving some power. And Ghost Rider happy, sitting pretty. So as we mentioned at the start, just me, plenty of power to be gained in this setup with the vaults and the cubes. Matt doing some pre-measurement as to see where his distances are. Voodoo obviously covered by that Lifesaver. Some Wing It tokens going out. Don't expect to see much difference there. Yep, Ghost Rider, Gamora, Rocket. Oh no, going for the Lord of the Stars this time. Matt thinking about some potential voodoo nonsense. I think with Miles' positioning being pushed by the Vault, he's perhaps less worried about Miles being taken off by that Ghost Rider. Voodoo moving forward. I'm sure we're going to see a Spirit Venom. Likely looking up just to pick up some power. Oh. Those saps coming in really juicy here. And the skull. Two damage squeaking through, opting not to use the Wing It token. Ghost Rider receiving a power. But likely to see the possession. Oh, Matt smells blood and is deciding to throw the size 3. No brace, so... Oh! Can't use Plucky here, but I'm sure we're going to see some Wing It tokens come out. Blocking 1, but that's still another 3 damage. So Voodoo picking up that extra 1, obviously outside of 4 for Ghost Rider now, but he does have enough power to recall his Brother Daniel token if he needs to. This does mean that Rob will retain priority at this stage, but let's see what Rob has to say in retaliation. All Voodoo has really at this point is his brace to maybe turn off Gamora's leap. No lifesaver, no spider tracker of course, so he's just got his dice in his hand. Strike first, it seems. Ooh, those 2 wilds are going to come in clutch. Voodoo only blocking 1. Leadership. And another skull. So getting a skull power, but Gamora with those 2 wilds. Going to be sinking in 4 damage. Yep, brace coming out. Curious, I didn't see Matt pay for the Voodoo token to come off. To get those 4 dice, but maybe he's just yet to take the power off. Of course, being a spectator, I can't make any calls, jump in there, or mention anything, and there's no accuser in the room at this stage. It is a Father's Day in Australia, so quite a few of our accusers are a little bit busy this morning. Miles going with a hop, skip, and a jump, jumping back onto that portal on the right, or the vault, sorry. Targeting Ghost Rider, I'm sure. No wild yet. No, it doesn't get it. 2 into 2, so no damage there. And we'll have another whack. Yep, straight into Ghost Rider. We do clinch the wild this time. Blocking it. Oh, so my apologies. It is a throw, of course. You keep saying push. Alright, Ghost Rider taking his damage from from the throw. Up to 5 power now, so Hell on Wheels truly online. Now Miles' positioning here does mean that mission objective is online for Matt, in case Voodoo eats the dirt. We're going to see Groot move within one of the vaults. Likely to be within 3, and we'll see some tree on Voodoo action. Matt's still yet to take off that 3 power, so I'm assuming his intention was to recall his brother Daniel. Voodoo still being an absolute defensive boss, blocking the 2 coming in. Matt now starting to make the layers of defensive tech come in to play. Keep that Voodoo ticking, and we've got Gwen wondering to see if she'll still be able to get within 1. Ah, too easy. It's almost like he's done this before. Alright. The big 5 threat Ghost Rider, spending his 3 for some Hell on Wheels action. I think he's identified that Ghost Spider is a bit of a nonsense and a bit of potentially an issue. Looking to contest this home vault. And get a good whack in with some winging it tokens as well. Six dice. Ooh. 2 squeaking through with rerolls. But with those failures, he's only going to do a maximum of 3. Oh, let's squeeze 3. And then, of course, we've got our reroll ourselves. So 3 squeaking through, which is potentially not the worst, because what this does mean is with the follow-up turn in the power phase, both Voodoo and Gwen are going to daze themselves based on their cubes and take them out for the round. And as it stands, Rob is to pick up Prio, so you'll be in a good position to take advantage of that. I'm sure Matt was hoping for Black Cat to be hit by that vault and get some gorgeous power and move towards uh, Groot to utilize her shenanigans, but likely going to have to choose between who he leaves behind to sit on that point. Panther, move and a leap. A strike to come in for sure. No power for Mantle, so it'll just be a straight 5. And no doubt we're going to have a bodyguard going into Groot. Oh, Panther rolling some hot fire. 2 crits. Ah, I've spoken too soon. Oh, he's not the only one. Groot rolling 4 out of 4. Some good dice rolling from both, which is good to see, but we are getting our push. And what this does mean is that Rocket's now exposed, and at the same time he does want to stay on that point, so he's going to have to make some choices. It's going to be tight. Can he get both? Looking at it before, Deadly Joe really wasn't looking to be quite a good card or option, just with all the stealths. But now we're starting to look at some good options as far as utilizing that card. Oh, hard decision there. What's he gonna do? Is he decided? Yeah, I think so. He's forfeiting that back point just for the protection and getting a good position to be within 3 miles. I'm assuming he's thinking about pulling the trigger on Deadly Duo and considering how he's going to use this last activation. Waits for some power to come in to use his spender. Keep Voodoo alive, let him daze. Often people talk about there being one key decision during a game that branches and makes different pathways and lines of play in a game. Perhaps this is this moment for Rob. I think some lag kicking in again, but I think we're going to see Rocket throwing some hot lead real soon. Some rolls, some lag rolls, some re-rolls. I'm assuming this is Rocket going into Miles. We've decided not to pull the trigger on duo, opting to allow Voodoo to daze himself. Nope. Black Cat deciding to keep it nice and safe, sit on the point, and we have round 2 finishing up. Six points for Matt, going up to 11. And Rob, unfortunately, just picking up the 1, going to 5. So Rob's really going to have to take advantage of this big moment here. We're going to see Gwen and Voodoo hit the dirt this round, so no defensive tech from Gwen or pushes. Voodoo losing his ability to interact with utilizing his possession again. 3 extracts jumping on the ground. But it will mean that Matt will pick up Prio going into 4 most likely. And we got this big death squad of 4 characters into that poor Miles. Likely to see him get pushed down as well. Alright, some rolls for the Cosmic Vault. Rob with Prio goes first. Nothing for him, which I'm sure Rob's happy about. Him having access to Wheels on Hell means that he can get around nice and quick. He's juiced up with power as well. And no vaults for Matt either. Mission objective being played off this days, I believe. Sent into Miles. Got some Wingate tokens to come out, and then I think we'll see Rob make some decisions as to who he's going to go with first. Looks like we're seeing the tree activate first. Securing the extract. And let's see what he can do with his 5 dice. Oh, blocking none with 2 failures. And Wingate tokens going out. Matt being a good sport, allowing that to happen. Of course, that should be happening during the player effect stage. Luckily, of course, Mars leadership. Just reset that one. Oh dear, no hits there. So we've done 3 with the tree off our first punch. Which means, of course, Suspender's online, but it won't be within range 2. So I think we'll just see another builder and hope for another point of damage. Yep. Not in range 4. Oh, she's obviously dazed, of course. Only 2 this time. Alright. 3 dice, needing 1 to convert. Ah, there it is. Alright, so Miles alive, still kicking. And Tree Man done. Tree obviously a good pick to have 2 extracts sitting on him with his high health pool and access to healing. Does mean it gives Matt the opportunity for Miles to get out of dodge and keep that extract. But of course he'll be dazing into turn 4. But being on 11 to 5, and of course having access to all webbed up, again, here comes one of those moments where Matt has to make a hard decision. Does he smell blood? Or does he play the mission? And Miles, being that cheeky teenager that he is, decided to be an absolute coward during this fight and just shove himself in the corner, utilizing that stealth to keep him safe. Matt only has to secure 5 points to push himself into the win. Again, this is one of those situations where potentially Marked for Death could have been a great card for this matchup, turning Miles into a slow mover, removing his stealth. We've got Matt utilizing 3 of his tactic cards so far. Rob sitting on all his resources, a lot of his characters powered up. So he's got plenty of options and plenty of tools to use. Again, all these stealth characters really minimizing the effectiveness that Rocket can do. And Panther being a great defensive option with his counting blanks against energy attacks. I think we may have been seen a situation where Rob has potentially forgotten about that stealth on Black Cat, and Matt's reminded him, and has been a good sport about it, and just allowed him to reposition. Don't think Rocket's within one of that vault either, so again, Webhead's really putting Rocket in a situation where he's not doing too much, which is not what you want to see as the Guardians player. I think we've seen a pass from Matt, which is a great call. Rob positioning to scoop that dropped extract into round 4 with Star-Lord. Potentially Gamora with the long move, the leap, and her spender may have been in range with the range 3 to secure that extract this turn, but he's decided to keep her. No doubt we'll see her jump onto that vault and position within 2 of Voodoo. Again, Matt deciding to play nice and safe, very cagey, utilising that stealth and positioning himself to max score as best he can. But I think Ghost Rider has something to say about it. Rob missing out on that point with Rocket. Hurts. But I think to get there he would be outside. And of course, Panther's still yet to go, so keeping within that range too keeps him nice and protected. Alright, Ghost Rider activating, scooping up that extract off the ground, Hell on Wheels coming in. All eyes on that dubious young lady. Likely see a move and then a builder into her. Now it's 6 dice with rerolls. She's already taken 2. Sure, Rob's feeling confident that he's going to be able to do something about this incredibly frustrating piece, but let's see what the dice have to say. Oh, of course, no rerolls with Black Cat. So just the 6. Some good rolls from both. And as it stands, have to wait and see what this reroll does. Oh. Rob feeling very good about that, I'm sure. Picking up another extract and securing that vault. making up for some lost points early on. Everything going to plan so far, mostly. Matt doing some measurements. He had some options there. Potentially push Ghost Rider off. It would depend on that terrain and how he's positioned, whether or not he's blocked himself in or not. But I think we're going to see Panther move on to that black. Oh, sorry, move on to the back vault. And I think we're going to get a mantle strike into Groot. Oh, apologies. Not sure what's happened here. Oh, of course. Under Miles' leadership, it does mean that he's able to reroll all. So 3 coming through. All right, Gamora time. Looking to put himself in position to maybe target down Gwen as that troublesome defensive piece. Identifying that Rocket's in good position to put some hurt into Voodoo. And that is round. Rob doing some good work to make up for some points lost. Matt picking up just the 1. Oh, of course, sorry. Panther, I keep forgetting that Rocket's not on that back one. So yes, picking up 2. And Rob going up to 11 with a big swing. With that 6 points. Alright, so points being a bit closer. And of course, we're going to have Miles dazing and dropping that extract. Rob holding 4. And contesting all but one of these vaults, essentially, that Matt's standing on. He had some hard decisions as to where to go first. I mean, all these characters are in considerable danger. Voodoo standing in the face of a tree and a little rocket with a giant rifle. Poor Gwen next to the deadliest woman on the planet, galaxy even. And then, of course, a spirit of the damned looking at a human that likes to steal things. So But before any of that, we've got some vault rolls. Matt with Prior going first. Nothing for Black Cat. Nothing for Panther. No vaults today. It is only 2 out of 8, but it can be very influential for especially those characters with a range 2 attack. Very important to consider where you place during this one. Alright, where does Matt go first? All webbed up, still online. Spider tracker as well. Do we see the steal and run? Ghost Rider sitting on 8 power. So we are stealing the double steal. Of course, this not costing an action does mean that he has access to 2 long moves. Gwen with the all webbed up onto Gamora. Double steal. No action spent. Gross. Now, will he opt? No, I was just going to say maybe he does opt for the spender just to mitigate, but he's going for the double move. Not sure how I feel about that. Ghost Rider having access to his free long move as well. Surely getting within range 3. And then of course we've got our grappling hook into the corner. Look at this! Look at this board state. Alright, Crew Milano coming out, shaking that slow. Now Tree sitting on 9 power. Spending 2 for that gorgeous heal. And then here comes the big spender. Throw, stagger, and a bucket of dice. Voodoo have yet to have spent that 3 to recall. And of course, Gwen coming in clutch with that lifesaver again. And being on the range 2, Groot will miss out. Now he does get that power back. And his action. But it does mean that Groot has activated. Perhaps this is a good indication that perhaps Rob hasn't played too much into Web, forgetting about the stealth and the lifesaver. Not the worst thing. I mean, Voodoo's not necessarily got any point value, but of course he does have 8 power and possession, of course, and that poor tree holding 2 extracts. But we are going to see a spender going into Panther, staggering and throwing him. Winger tokens coming out again. Matt again showing some good grace as a good player and allowing that to come through. Six big ones, but Panther blocking 3. Interesting to see Rob decide not to go with Rocket and utilize that powerful follow me card. Lots of people crying out for it to be restricted, maybe even potentially banned. Characters like Malkith and others who are able to generate a lot of power from their activations and utilize it to abuse the fact that they can put characters into the dirt with their manipulation of priority. But yeah, instead opting to go for the tree instead, looking to heal himself up. Panther being thrown away medium, staggered. Now Matt obviously very aware that Gamora's sitting and waiting with 6 power right next to his girl Ghost Spider. And Black Cat worth 2 victory points in that top corner. If Rob's not careful here, Matt could certainly run away with this game this turn. Neither Groot or Rocket are sitting on that shelter, on the vault at the moment. Panther now with 6 power as well. If you've played Gamma Wave on 15, I'm sure we know what's going to happen there in a moment. Oh, of course, the stagger. My apologies. Sorry, my son's just touched my mouse. Alright, Voodoo throwing some hot fire into Gamora. Interesting. Opting to possess Gamora. Her being healthy and sitting on that vault. Alright, and we've got Voodoo doing Voodoo things and securing that far right vault for another point. So lots of questions to be answered here by Rob. Rob answering back with a long move with Hell and Wheels. Healthy Ghost Rider sitting on that back point. And we do have rerolls with this one. Oh no. Absolute pus coming from Ghost Rider when it needs to be click. Needs to be good. Some beatdown city coming in. Which does mean that the throw comes online, of course. That one damage squeaking through. Leaving Ghost Spider on that point really does mean that Rob is getting squeezed to try and stop Matt taking this out. Only needing 3 points. These next key activations are going to be very important, especially with the sequencing. Rob in a hard place, taking a moment to think, look at the board, consider and weigh his options, do some maths, and start to understand perhaps the precarious situation he's in and how important these next sequencing of activations is going to be. Alright, Gamora. Oh no. Gamora rolling nothing at this point. Sorry, Gwen rolling nothing at this point. Re-rolling into 1 though. But Gamora rolling super hot fire. And just being taken off the board in 1 activation. So there's 1 problem solved. Rob thinking about future turns. trying to hedge his bets to deal with that black cat. Again, still being fairly new to MCP, I wasn't sure if he'd be able to get there with the pounce and the move. Not having played too much with some of these long movers, but I think that's just going to be too many questions to answer. Of course, he still has Star-Lord. A big roll from him could do it into Voodoo. Rocker's going to have one good go into Panther. No stealth on the Panther, of course, but counting blocks. Oh, sorry, counting blanks. It's going to have to be a big one. Rocket opting not to use his spender here. He's rolled 4. But Panther blocking all of it, it seems. And with that, Matt is going to be picking up 3 points, regardless of this Star-Lord activation, and that's going to be game. Star-Lord, 7 dice. Not recalling the token. Alright, that's round 16 to 14 in favour of Matt. Great game to both. We'll just give them a moment or two just to have a quick post-game chat, and then we'll join them in a moment to talk about, to answer some questions and chat about their roster selections and how they felt the game went.
Two cubes and the point.
Oh, 3
Star-Lord
cubes.
is injured.
Star-Lord's got a cube.
Oh, okay. So I get
Yeah, so 1 point.
Okay.
Wow. Dirty.
Yeah, that's oh well. Maybe I should have played there too, and I could have did one more shot into Black Panther there too. That could have worked. Oh well.
Hey boys, how we feeling? Great game for you both.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Very close.
Yeah, very close. Congratulations to Matt with the win. But nice and tight at the end, which is always great to see. We'll start with some questions if you boys are up for it.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, Rob, I want to start with you, mate. being uh, being on 17 and having access to some really nice splashes like Malkith and stuff. Obviously, the Guardians 5-wide roster you've taken with Ghost Rider and Gamora are classic and such a tried and true option. Did you consider potentially picking up your Malkith for this game?
Yeah, I thought about taking Malekith, but I was worried that he would be easily controlled by Black Cat. Her coming in and staggering him pretty much every turn is going to be rough. And then if he webs up him, he's now slow, right? He had tools to deal with Malekith.
Did you see my last game?
Yes, that too.
Yep.
And I saw how easily you controlled the Malekith, and I was like, I didn't want to bring him in. I needed the two long movers in the Gamora and the Ghost Rider. And I figured if he takes Panther too, Ghost Rider has at least the Mystic attack to try and melt him. So
Yeah, great. All makes sense, mate. I think you did a good pick going this way. And Matt, for yourself, obviously having that Malkith online and knowing how much of a bully piece he can be, securing that D shape, were you feeling confident with running this roster of yours? Of course, another classic and staple with the WebWarriors lineup with Panther, Splash, and Voodoo. Were you considering maybe Amazing Spider-Man with Prio on this extract?
Not really. I don't really like ASM. I kind of regret putting him in my roster because I never actually pick him. And just don't really like what he does.
Some people
Wish
have
it was
said,
someone like Juggernaut or something.
yeah, yeah. Some people have mentioned that potentially ASM's leadership would be a good pick into someone like Malkith. Have you considered or tested that at all?
Mm, not really. No, I think with that all webbed up is enough.
Yeah, great. All right, Rob, back to you, my man. Looking at the board, I can see that you've got 4 cards still flipped up. Did you feel like there were some opportunities for you to utilize them, but you decided maybe just to wait on them a bit? Do you regret those decisions? I know in turn 2, there was a key moment where Deadly Duel was online. There was 3 targets with Voodoo, Black Panther, and Miles being within 3. Did you feel like that was a missed opportunity? Same with Follow Me?
I wanted to leave Voodoo on his 1 health to daze him for the round 3. I should have played Deadly Duo here on the last and at least had another shot into Panther and potentially denied him that winning point. And I forgot to give my winging outs tokens out too late, and yeah, we decided that that was an unfair advantage to hand them out as late as I did, so I just took them back. The Follow Me, when I ran Ghost Rider up to his back point there and needed the 1 extra power onto Gwen. That's when I needed Ghost Rider to do anything. And then I would have followed me into Gamora, who would have been able to long move and pounce and potentially have gotten within range to Cosmic Assassin, Black Cat.
Yeah. I mean, those stealth characters certainly a bit of an issue for people like Rocket to kind of deal with. I noticed that potentially you're moving within range 5 of Black Cat on that far right from your perspective. Did you forget about the stealth at that point, or?
Yeah, that was a flub on my part where Rocket just did nothing that 1 turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had much play into WebWarriors out of curiosity?
I played them a couple times. It's just I've just brain farted.
Yeah.
It happens. We're human.
That's it, mate. Big time. And Matt, to finish off, mate, obviously being successful with this one, how are you looking towards going into the next round? Feeling confident?
No. No, not at all.
I think you get to play Morgan, don't you?
I was just about to say you're up against the big man Morgan Reed and his Avengers.
Interesting.
Have you had
good luck, Matt. I will send you good vibes all day.
So Morgan Reed,
he's due for a lot against me, surely.
Yeah, big. Being the back-to-back champion, just curious to get your thoughts. Have you played Morgan before, or into like an Avengers team? Like, how are you feeling going into that one?
So I've played Morgan in both leagues that I've played, and he's got me both times. But I reckon 3rd time lucky. I'm feeling good.
You got it, Matt. I believe in you. Down with Morgan. You need to topple the king.
All right. Well, once again, boys, thank you so much for a great game. Nice and tight towards the end. Fantastic. Great effort from you, Rob, and congratulations on making the cut. And Matt, best of luck to you moving forward into your next round into Morgan. I'm hoping to catch that game, so looking forward to seeing you two duke it out.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Thanks. Good
Nice.
luck, Matt.
Thanks for the game, dude.
Yeah, great game.